Okay, let me get my streamer bot open. Okay, I think we should be good. Not dropping frames. Currently we have that boy got skills playing. Let's go ahead and play Nightingale Evening Land. Double checking. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, and let me just do one more thing here. Get my game open. There we go. I think we're all ready to go. A bit since I've done that. Well, I guess it hasn't been that long. Today's college shirt. We're trying to wear a new college shirt every stream. Today is the Colorado Buffaloes. Not even a fan, but it's a really soft shirt. It's a little too long. It's kind of hot. Alright, and let me know how the audio sounds. I don't have my headphones on today. I just didn't feel like wearing them. Usually gives me a headache, so I'm going to try it without headphones, so I can't really hear. But it looks like in the streaming utility, it looks like it should be pretty good. I might need to tune it down a little bit. It is a nice shirt, although I think I need to shape my body a little better if I'm gonna wear this shirt. It's a little tight, a little form-fitting. Yeah, no headaches right now. We're good to roll. We are good to go, and we're good to begin the process of trying to figure out what is missing on this team to stop them from winning a championship. And I think so far the answer I have for that, if I'm looking at it more than just I'm the answer, I'm the reason we're not winning a championship, it's probably quarterback play was not great. I think the playbook could be changed, but also I think we could use probably more of a focus on our offensive line. So today I think we're going to look, we have some freshmen coming in that are going to be really good. I've got a spreadsheet here of the players we have, but we're going to have to figure out what we can do to maybe reduce the amount of struggle we had running the ball as successfully as we've done previously. I thought it was a pretty good year running the ball, but it wasn't as good as we've had in the past. And that is partially due to, I think, probably the game changing some. The most recent patch, which has now been like a month old, it definitely changed the game a lot. We also need more pass rush. Not that we didn't have the starters for pass rushing, but when we lost our nose tackle, Kevin Otis, for the year, that pretty much neutralized all of our pass rush and our run stopping. So let's go ahead and catch up again. Again, Michigan managed to beat Tennessee in the championship, where we lost in the quarterfinals to Florida. And if we take a look at the stats for the year, ended up throwing for roughly, what is that, 71% and 75, a little over 70, probably 2% completion percentage total, which is really solid. I'm very happy with my completion percentage. That's probably one of the higher ones I've had in the series. I'd have to look back and see. Yardage wise, obviously not great, a little over 3,000 yards. We'd like to probably be a little more dynamic through the air. And then the touchdown to interception ratio is probably one of the best I've ever had it in the series. I still think we can do better, and more in that the interceptions aren't great, but I think we can throw more touchdowns. I think that's kind of where I'm at. 37 to 14 isn't terrible. I'd like to always be at least probably 2 times better, but probably closer to 3 times if we can help it. So like 30 and 10 is pretty good. 40 and 13 is pretty good. That's kind of where I'm looking to be. If we're going to throw 13 interceptions, we need to be closer to 40. If we're going to throw 30 interceptions, the quarterback needs to be closer to 10. Kind of the ratio I'm looking to have. But overall, I mean, pretty solid. Yards per attempt weren't horrible, which is funny because we threw a lot of screen passes. And then running the ball, I thought it was a fairly successful year. We had 3 rushers of 7.7 yards a carry. There's a cat in here, I think. Just sneezed. 7 yards a carry or more. And then even the guy that split a lot of our time, Eddie Love, he ended up with 6 yards a carry, which is certainly respectable. I think the biggest thing here is we've got to start getting a little more talented between the tackles. We're really good at breaking off the big plays, but when it comes to power running, not very good. And then I'd like our running backs to catch the ball a little more than they do currently. And then receiving, it was really good for Dalton Weil. I didn't think we got Chad Burns as involved as we could have. I'd like to have seen him get a little more. And then AJ Schneider was pretty solid for what he was needed for. AJ Schneider saved a lot at the end of our season. AJ Schneider saved a lot of our games. He only ended up with 500 yards and 7 touchdowns, but the catches he was making legitimately saved our games. Slade Cameron also made a few clutch catches. He's going to take a big leap up this year. Did I not just change it to blocking? There we go. And then for sacks, I mean, not much to say here. The team was pretty good at pass pro. I think it's the run blocking that I'm more concerned with. I mean, Caleb Trufant was our best pass protector, and he gave up 3 sacks. So that's not great. I'd rather just have a run blocker out there if they're going to give up 3 sacks anyway. On defense, I thought we were really good. Our biggest concern, though, was A, stopping the run, and then B, or 1 and 2, was getting to the quarterback. We had 1 rusher get over 6 sacks, over 10 sacks, and that was Markel Vincent. Nobody else was even close. Now, Taylor Shaddock got 4 sacks in 5 games. So that tells me he should have been starting a little sooner. Obviously, he's getting redshirted, so he'll be starting next year. Not too worried about it. And then kicking is just, I gotta get better at kicking. It's just hard. So yeah, I think that's kind of some of the things we're looking to change today. Obviously, the scheme should be staying the same. I don't want to move that at all. Let's go ahead and jump forward. This is going to be the first big, as always, step of our offseason. Who is leaving? It looks like we're probably going to lose our freshman that I converted to cornerback. He had pro potential, and we don't have a lot of pros that were cornerback. So, unfortunately, that was a mistake on my part. Landry Wells looks like he's not convincible. And Miles Ahinicho looks not convincible. But we've reached 4.5 stars of prestige. So our team prestige up to 4.5 stars. And here we go. To the pro draft, we have some players. It's Darren Lamb, which we expected. John Okuda, who is very convincible. And then the rest are transfers. So we only lose Lamb. And he's not going to stay no matter what. So that's fine. I mean, I'll throw these here. Yeah, and Hinicho's gone. That's fine. I would have liked to have kept him, but I'm not upset by it at all. Landry Wells is certainly someone I'd like to keep. Nope, not happening. David Ojeda, I would love to keep. He stays! Let's go. First big win of the offseason. We're bringing back a star cornerback. 6'3", 243. He's huge. We could legitimately run him in the slot this year. And he would make a big difference in the running game. So we'll have to look at that. Because if I click on him, let's see. His run stopping's already at 82. So he has 86 tackling, 79 pursuit. That's going to put him in a league of his own. It's the coverage skills that aren't very good. And we can work on those with Star. We could even sit him for a year and just hope that we get pro picks this year. But we're not going to. So I guess that takes that away. We kept Cole Punga. Huh. I just realized we kept Cole Punga. I was not anticipating that. That changes the offseason a little bit. John Okonkwo wants to leave for playing time. I mean, I'll try to persuade him. You're a backup, dude. Well, he's gone. Okay. John Okuda. Now, I'd said I wasn't going to tell anyone who would leave for the pros to stay, but I mean, I'd really like to. This is one of those, do I keep with my house rule or do I just go ahead and keep, like... He's projected round 3 or higher, probably. I would agree with that. He's 92 overall. He's a 6'5", 290 guy with great abilities. There's no reason he'd stay, but I want to keep him. And extremely high means we're almost certain to get him, so I'll come back to him. I'm not convinced just yet. Let's check on some of the other... First of all, first biggest one I want to check on is Michigan. J.R. Zinner's leaving for the draft, man. That just ended up being a wasted storyline. That's so sad. So they had a quarterback, CJ Carr, who started all year. Zinner didn't end up playing probably at all. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't play a single snap, and he's gonna go pro. So that's really just a waste. This guy played 1 year of college football, and he's gonna be going to the pros. I wish that the game would handle that better. That's really disappointing. Alright, Troy. Troy does not have their quarterback transferring. Interesting. Now, I had Thomas McGinn, they basically 5-star QB. I had him marked as my top priority for the transfer portal. He's not transferring. He's staying. So Troy's going to have an 88 overall quarterback returning who's going to be really good. Do they have anybody I'm interested in getting? Robert Mboo? Signal caller? Maybe. Really good caps. Robert Mboo could be somebody we look to take. I'm going to add him to the list. Linebacker. Is this linebacker? Yes. Robert Mboo. He's 84 overall. I'd say probably a 4-star rank. Don't know his dev, and then caps are high. So we do allow ourselves in this series to look at the Alabama players transferring from the state of Alabama. I'm probably not interested in any of these guys. They're all going to be too low. And their whole team is transferring. That's brutal. Troy actually survived the transfer bug pretty heavily outside of Mboo. Pretty good year for them, I'd say. And we'll look at Alabama and then Auburn. As we always do. Tony Estes. Oh, he's going pro. So they only have 3 transfers. They have Ladarius Wells. Raw strength right guard. Okay. Is this guard? Where's guard? There it is. Okay, I'm going to say he's probably a 5-star guy. He is 86 overall. Ladarius Wells. Dev, we don't know. And then his caps are probably pretty good. Let's just double check that. No, they're not actually great. He's capped out on power, he's capped out on run blocking. We'll put him low. It's not somebody I'm super interested in, to be honest. Trey Perez. Probably not, honestly. A senior transfer, backfield creator. He is a 4-star rating with really fairly high caps. To get this to silver requires 88. No. I can't tell. 86. He has 88. So we could conceivably get his IQ capped out too. I'm going to say Trey Perez is a maybe. Probably high. 83 overall, though. I mean, that's not like an incredible talent. And then they have an East-West playmaker freshman, Theo Garrison. We all remember Theo Garrison. Yeah, I tried to recruit him last year. So Theo Garrison's leaving, the 5-star transfer. And his quickness and elusiveness aren't honestly all that impressive. Now, he could be a really good pass catcher, but that's not someone I'm that concerned with bringing in. So I'll probably pass on him, because the best I recall, he didn't even have that impressive of, I think he was like normal dev or impact dev. All right, let's go to Auburn now, the last one. And they had 3 transfers and 1 pro draft pick. Emmanuel Agnew is a sophomore strong guard. 58 overall running back. What are they doing with that? Ricky Siegler. Oh, wrong guy. This is the guy we want. Emmanuel Agnew. No. Yeah, I'm not doing a run blocker that has bad run blocking. That's just not a thing. Alright, so that is everybody. The question is, do we want to return John Okuda? It would help our pro potential if we let him go. Otherwise, we have Noah Fox Flores and James Flanagan going. We have Chad Burns probably going. Kevin Otis looks like he should go. Devin Harper. Raheem Stroud. There's just not a lot of reason to bring a guy like this back. I'm really torn on this. I mean, you're not going to find a better run blocker. His pass blocking can get maxed out. His power can get maxed out. Well, you know, at this point in the series, we're trying to push for a championship. Coach will use every dirty trick he has, and we get John Okuda to stay. Broke my own house rules. Let's go forward. I can't believe we don't have to worry about David Ojeda. That's really, really solid for us. And we get someone to commit. I actually didn't know you could get a commitment in that little bit there, but Kenyon Teamer, 3-star right edge. Oh, let's check out the draft results first. Okay. Yep, Flanagan and Lamb both go round 1. Lamb probably would be a late round 1, early round 2 guy. Flanagan would not be a round 1 guy unless it's like a team that doesn't need tight end taking him, because they love to do that. But he's huge. He's basically an offensive tackle. Devin Harper, round 4. Yeah, I think that's a good landing spot for him. Kevin Otis, round 5. I think that's also a pretty good landing spot. He'd probably be maybe hit that or maybe a little higher. I mean, he is strong. And then Raheem Stroud, I think he'd be a later round pick, if not undrafted. Same with Chad Burns, probably. Okay. Oh, I guess we gotta see if J.R. Zinner got drafted too. I'm just curious. I'm really disappointed. I was wanting to play Michigan again this year at home and bring in J.R. Zinner. And he's gone round 1. Because who wouldn't draft a round 1 quarterback that was a backup to another round 1 quarterback all year? Sure, why not? Alright. Kenyon Teamer. 3-star guy. We're going to bring him down. First 3-star of the class, too. We have 10 spots available. And does it show what they are here? Yeah. We have 10 spots available. We've got one guy I really want to bring in, another guy I really want to bring in, and then the rest kind of I'm iffy on. Number 1 player in the transfer portal, Jared Heller, dual threat quarterback. Tyler Amaro. And where did we have? We had Trey Perez that we were kind of interested in. I just want to see where he's at. Let's go to quarterback. From Alabama. Surely he has us in the running. Maybe not. No. Trey Perez had playing time as a deal breaker, and he does not have us as the number 1 playing time. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure pure runner. That'd be interesting. That would be very interesting. I don't think it fits our style at all. Jared Heller, I think, would be closer to our style, but we'll go ahead and add them both. Let's check real quick. I believe that... How have they not added a patch so you can see who's gone already? Like, how did you go pro and you're still on my team? Chester Willies has championship contenders, so he'll stay for sure. Newson's going to go into his senior year, so we're not worried about what his deal breaker is anyway. That's why we don't have playing time available. And then Joey Norris. And we could definitely use a fast running back. So I think those are the first 2 big targets of my portal. Contact seeker, Finau Lu. Finau Lu, who I tried bringing in last year, I believe. Did I not? I think I did. I'm looking for an East-West playmaker, though. And Jimmy Pope is the number 1 available. Contact seeker, North-South receiver, Kurt Briggs. Those are the only 4-star ones available. All right, let's see. Jared Heller. He's fast. He's got a cannon. 84, 82, 72. I'm just curious how that compares to Chester Willies. 84, 74, 72. Or no, 84, 82, 72 was what it was. Yeah. Other than this short, that's better. That's just better across the board. I think you got to make some tough choices. And Chester Willies, as much as I want him to keep playing, I mean, my goodness, you can't ignore that. The play action, we don't know. And that does hurt because we do run a lot of play action. What about Malik Brown? Even faster. And he has abilities. But his accuracies are worse. His arm is worse. His awareness is higher, though. About Jimmy Pope. 90 speed, 93 speed, 92 acceleration. Kurt Briggs, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 92 change of direction. But this guy's already got silver shifty, silver sidestep, so that's probably better in my eyes. Kurt Briggs has way higher awareness, but I think Jimmy Pope would be who I'd go for here. Not sold on either of them, though. I'm also open to backfield threat. It's not as good in my opinion, but I'm open to it. We'll look at Spencer Paul. I wouldn't mind another Georgia guy. Kind of just see what we get here. SMU guy. All right, let's see if any of these guys are a little better. Not so far. Nobody to me screams better than Jimmy Pope. I'm probably going to go ahead and offer Jimmy Pope. What about backfield threat? Ehinicho has Oregon as his top school. He's not even interested in us. We've got a playing time backfield threat. That's not a bad idea. Byron Williams. He's slow. He's really slow. That's not bad. Spencer Paul's kind of interesting. The carrying's a little worse. Catching's quite a bit worse. Amari Hyman? Maybe? Looks like he had a pretty good year last year. Ross Stubbs from Frisco, Texas. Ben Holiday. Ooh. 88 speed, 92 acceleration. That's not bad. That's going to be one of the better ones you'll see. Change of direction is pretty high. He's already got that silver safety valve. That's not bad at all. All the backfield threats are slow, though. Yeah. Do I offer Malik Brown or Jared Heller? I feel like Heller's the one to go for. Personally. I like Brown a lot. I like Brown a lot. But I think Heller is more of my system than a pure runner. And we would get him for 2 years. I've got the hours, though. I don't mind offering to both of them and just kind of seeing how that goes. But for now, I think I'm going to stick with that. Kurt Briggs. I mean, if he's a 4-star guy, he's probably going to be better than the 3-star, no? They have the same shifty, same speed and acceleration. The awareness is quite a bit higher. The carrying is better. The catching's quite a bit better. The ball carrying vision's better. The spin move. The juke move is worse. The change of direction is worse. I think that's where there's a difference, and I just would rather go for like Spencer Paul. What else do we need? Fullback? No. We've got Kevin Leo. Wide receiver? You tell me. I don't think so. Looks like we got pretty good wide receivers. I wouldn't mind finding a speedster, so we'll look for a speedster. Tight end. We could definitely use tight end. I guess I can look at my spreadsheet. That helps. Yeah, I mean, we could definitely use another tight end, but we have really good tight ends coming in, so I don't necessarily want to go that direction. Left tackle? Yeah, probably. Left guard? Yeah, again, probably. Center for sure. And then right guard and right tackle. So we have Vu again, and we have Okuda again. I didn't expect that to happen. Yeah, it's really center, and then any of the left side we could look at. Maybe a star defensive tackle also would be on the docket. Let's go ahead and see if we can find any winners on the offensive line. Actually, I want to look at wide receiver first. Speedster Quincy. Oh, we have to. He's related to the other one. Kofi and Quincy. Maybe they're brothers. There's a 5-star out there. Wow, Alex Douglas. And he's looking for A. Wow. Kier Kuhn, Connor Mixon, John Fangupo, and Quincy. I gotta look this up. How do you pronounce that? Iebuniwe. Iebuniwe. Perfect. Quincy Iebuniwe. And then 2 gadgets. I didn't look to see if the Texas kid transferred, but I guess not. Alright, Fangupo, the first one. He's fast. Not a lot to him yet, but he's fast. And he's young. Iebuniwe, yeah. I'd rather look Fangupo's way. Those are the only 2 available. Okay, what about tackle? We have 3 4-stars available. Guard. And then center. We have a 4-star available, raw strength. That's exactly what I want. He doesn't have any abilities, though. He's a better pass blocker on day 1 than he is a run blocker. Arguably. So that doesn't interest me very much. Agile. Playing time, Mitch Garrett. Pass protector. I don't want any pass protectors. Pass protector. Agile, I'm not opposed to. Raw strength, playing style. I mean, I would prefer raw strength. Not that, though. Pass protector, no. I've got enough of those. Agile, maybe. Agile, maybe. From Miami, Ohio, and from Georgia. Obviously, I'm going to want the guy from Georgia. Yeah, he's got good stuff. He's also got good stuff. Maxwell Thrasher. That is such a cool name, too. Thrasher. He's a much better pass blocker. He's a little older, though. I mean, if you brought both of these guys in, though, you could do something where the left side is your agile side and the right side's more of your power side. I mean, I'm certainly not impressed with this guy. Well, no, he's not bad. Try to bring in a center as well. Jimmy Pope. Yeah, I think we just pass on the first round of running backs. Try to go for Pope and then see what's available after. Same thing here. I don't think there's no chance that Alabama can leap us. It's really just Florida State and Florida that scare me. So I think there's a good chance Malik Brown goes back to Georgia. That leaves 31 spots. We definitely need defensive tackle really, really badly. This is where we can really make a big difference here. We've got 2 4-stars. Power rusher and pure power. That's the one I'm looking to first. Pure power. 93 strength. Has hammer gold, workhorse gold. The moves aren't bad. 91 power moves. That's pretty good. That's so far my preferred target. This guy's got grip breaker, which is better to have, but he's a little faster. It's a much better run stopper. Power moves are a lot worse, though. I'm kind of feeling Lane a little bit here over Max Carew. I think Lane's also more achievable. Let's change the music up. I'm sure that y'all are tired of listening. Oh, it's been changing. I didn't realize it's been going through different songs. Okay. Perfect. Pure power. Carlos Pitts. And I don't need an edge rusher, but what if we could bring in a guy that we changed to defensive tackle? Just kind of an off-the-wall question here. Strength and block shedding are very high. Power moves are very high. Hit power is very high. He's probably going to be faster, and he's as smart as anybody else. So what if we brought a guy like Carlos Pitts in and tried to turn him into a defensive tackle? Now, he's going to be fairly light for defensive tackle. I definitely don't think we need corner. Thumper, signal caller, looking for lurker, lurker. No. Why? Brand exposure, coach prestige? Why are we locked out? Oh, he's already top. They're already top 8. I see. Thumper, signal caller. Coverages are not good. Obviously a run stopper. Yeah, his coverages also aren't great. Tight end. I don't want to forget tight end. We do need tight end. Well. I don't see a great option. I mean, Tony Slater, maybe? This is tough. This is so tough. It always is. Let me consult the guide. Ladarius Wells is a what? A guard? Robert Mbu is a Mike. And then Landry Wells. Is Landry Wells interested in us? No. Hey, where's Mbu? Oh, he's not interested in us. Playing style. Okay. Ladarius Wells is also not interested in us. Raw strength. Wow. Swing and a miss on all those. Alright, we've got Kalawaya, and then right now it'd be David Ogbanya playing that other safety role. I wouldn't mind bringing in probably someone that's like a hybrid or maybe a coverage specialist, like Brian Henderson wouldn't be bad. I mean, it's just the type of thing, if you bring in that talent, why not? If you can bring it in. Let's just see. He's fast. He's got really good zone. The man's not there, but I think that'd be worth bringing in. And then we're still leaving linebacker up in the air. A lurker with pro potential from UCLA. Amani Arakpo. I remember him. I tried to recruit him. Tim Beaver. Slow. Four-star bump and run. I'm just going to bring this guy. I'm not even going to scout him because I know I need young guys to sit. So I'm just going to bring this guy in. All right, and let's sim this first stage. I think I've got enough. Getting a little toasty in here. The transfer portal these days is getting more of a thing where I'm kind of just like, oh, let's throw a few guys on there and then let's just go through it. We locked up Kyle Cheeks to play quarterback. Nice. He's the only one. We can't see his development yet, can we? No. Alright. I'm actually going to move these guys down to the very bottom so that I know who to look at the new developments of. Alright, Wick is going to be competitive. Alright, let's start from the high schoolers. Keep it simple. We're the only one for him. We're the only one for him. For Jose, there's a lot of competition. Nobody there, nobody there, nobody there, nobody there, nobody there, nobody there. So Jose is going to be competitive. We'll go ahead and try to get him. Although he doesn't really have a lot of the stuff I need. D+, B+, A+. That's probably going to be a yes to sell. I'm just going to do that. Alright. Heller we've got. And we're already at the point where we can try to guess his hard sell. So this is where things start getting really, really tricky. Because I can't afford to miss out on somebody like this again unless I want to run Chester Willies again, which wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad at all. This guy is a 4-star transfer portal guy. And we have no to athletic facilities, no to campus lifestyle, no to coach prestige, and no to playing time. So we can kind of get an idea of what it's going to be. It's probably Sunday player, but there's several options. So we might have to sit through this again for one rotation and just hope we get it right. Or we could try to go for Sunday player. Because the odds are high that it'll share. I think we send the house again. I don't think we can get cute on this one. Well, we know he has championship contender. Hold the phone. That makes it 71% chance that it's going to be Sunday player. So, first of all, we'll schedule a week 3 visit for him for champ contender, because that's good. We're good for champ contender. And then we'll soft sell him on championship contender and do 30 extra on top of it. I think that's a pretty safe play. And it'll net us more than sending the house would if we're right. Jimmy Pope. It's not looking good. I think, again, we're going to miss out on a guy here. Pro potential, yes. And then we have no to academic prestige. That doesn't matter. No to conference prestige. It's probably Gym Rat. I think we just have to hard sell this guy and hope we get it right on Gym Rat. Actually, if it's Gym Rat, we're screwed anyway. So I'm going to do football influencer. Max, hard sell. I don't think there's any chance we could get this guy if not that. So we're going to do that right there. Vangupo we will be able to get, probably, which is great. And for Fangupo, he is a 4-star with brand exposure. Of course, that's all we know, and the no pro potential, no program tradition. So he could be anything still. We can get a complimentary visit, though, and we'll do, I guess, brand exposure. I just can't risk losing him next period. I'd rather do a B+ visit than lose him. Looks like for Jimmy Hawker, we're the only one. Looks like for Maxwell Thrasher, we're the only one. For Rayshawn Nix, he's got champ contender. 4-star guy, champ contender. No to brand exposure. No to pro potential. There's a 50% chance of being hometown hero. We could also get a complimentary visit for him in week 3 as well, which I think would be worth doing. And we know it's champ contenders, so we can do this. Okay. And then Lane Zelenka. Would love to bring him in. Sit with that for another week. Carlos Pitts, same dealio here. Brian Henderson. 4-star with champ contender. And no to proximity to home, program tradition, or pro potential. So it's a 52% chance of to the house. Or house call. And then Lee Wick. Champ contender. Could be anything. So we'll sit on 50 points for him again. But I will go ahead and schedule him a visit for week 4. Actually, I'll do week 2. Because we already know. Okay. So the only one I'm not convinced on is Jimmy Pope. I think the rest we can bring in. The rest are all very close. So now it's a question of, do I want to try to get somebody else? Let me do this. There we go. Now it plays so much faster. I was using the OBS preview. This says we need linebackers, and I would agree we probably need linebackers most of all. We do have Jose that we're trying to bring in. I think we can bring him in without doing a visit. So I'm just going to sit on that one. Theo Spear. I don't have anybody I'm necessarily... Oh, you know what? This Elton McCracken. He's a right tackle with playing time. He's going to transfer anyway, so let's get rid of him. And let's go ahead and find a linebacker. We're looking for... Lurker. 3-star lurker at least. And that's going to be Tim Beaver. We could also look at Parker Dove. Or Taylor Tatum. Let's look at Parker Dove first. Pretty fast? Okay. That's not bad. Dove is pretty good. Beaver. We've scouted him. I would say he's probably not as good as Dove. And then Tatum. No, he's definitely not. Right now it's probably Dove. How about Peter Swain? That's a cool name. Okay, he's pretty fast. Pretty good tackling, pretty good pursuit. Don't know the block shedding, but wouldn't mind him. Both him and Dove would be nice, actually. AJ Horner? I wish there was a faster way to do this. This is really rough. Bargava, I guess, is the only other one. No, he's gonna be too slow. Yeah. Alright, Swain it is. Thumper, 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 Lurker, Swain. Alright, who is ready for a visit? Pro potential. Were we saying that's what this one is? I can't remember. 4-star with pro potential and no to conference prestige and no to academic prestige. 40%. We did football influencer because the other one is no good. So I'm actually going to change this. I think no matter what, we should stick with sit in the house and then pro potential. I don't know why pro potential is not higher. We've sent so many running backs to the NFL, but that's fine. Let's do what we can. Rather use that than not use it at all. Brian Henderson. We are going to house call for him. He's championship contender. We can get a competitive one here, so we'll do that. We've got one more visit available in week 2, and then one available in week 3, and then 4 for week 4. So I'll probably do Brian Jose for week 3. Nah, I'm really not that worried about it. We've got more points than we know what to do with. Go to week 3. Nobody locked us out. That's the good news. Boise State did not catch up off that. So we should still be good here. Nobody else is offered. Here's where it really matters. Gerard Heller, we fell. Really? We have our visit scheduled this week. It's not over just yet. Oh no. Four-star, champ contender, yes. Conference prestige, yes. And then no to coach prestige. And then no to playing time and pro potential. He's conference legend. Why did Florida gain so much? I mean, they don't have a visit, so maybe we're good still. After the Jimmy Pope visit, I still just don't see this one happening. Potential and athletic facilities, of course, so it's gonna end up being gym rat. Right? Proximity, pro, and champ. Yeah, it's gym rat. If that's all my visit did, then there's no hope for Jimmy Pope. Fangupo we fell for. So we're just falling for everybody now. For some reason, I wasn't able to get reads on these guys, and everybody else was able to, I guess. It makes no sense. Brand exposure is still all we know about this guy, man. Like, how's that even possible? We don't know anything about him. And I can gain the lead again. That's fine. How good are my soft sells here? Do the house would be really good. And that's the one it probably is. Prime time would also be really good. So we could do this because I got to be certain for the final week. We're the only one for the center. I'm not even going to worry about him. Thrasher now has somebody contending for him. Man, this is all falling apart. I always struggle so much when it comes to these. Coach prestige, conference prestige, playing style. That is this one. Alright, no way we give up that lead. Rashawn Nix we're second for. And it's hometown hero. Lane Zelenka we're second for. This one's playing time and brand exposure. No to playing style, no to proximity to home, no to program tradition. So it's probably football influencer, but we don't know that for certain either. My gosh. Wick, we're second place for. We fell. Clemson left us. That was after our visit. I just don't understand this. Champ contender, coach prestige, and brand exposure. Stay in the race on him. I mean, we're probably going to lose out on this guy too, Brian Henderson. This might be the worst recruiting cycle I've ever had in the transfer portal. This is worse than last year by far. Coach prestige, conference prestige, playing style. That's obviously a really good one. Brand exposure, playing time. We saw brand exposure playing time was 68% football influencer. I think this is the guy we need most of all. I mean, I'm going to stick it through on most of these guys because who else do I bring in? Hard selling all these. This one we didn't know, so we're tossing it up. This one's fine. Should probably be safe here. Champ contender, pro potential. Sunday player. There we go. Hard selling all these. Soft selling this one. Hard selling that one. Hard selling that one. Hard selling that one. Doing what we can there. Okay. And that's ready for a visit. I think we've got to use them all here. We can use these on him for the final week. It's coach prestige. Or conference prestige, that's fine too. And then Carlos Pitts is coach prestige as well. Or conference prestige. We might have to scramble here in the final week. Unfortunately, this has been a really unimpressive transfer portal so far. We bring in Jared Heller. Oh boy, no more JR Zinner from last year. We brought in the dual threat 4-star quarterback. Didn't expect that at all. Rayshawn Nix commits as well. We get Brian Henderson. Wow, we clutched up there, but we lost out on Fagupo. We lost out on a few pretty big players as well. Okay. I mean, I do want to see Fangupo and all of them, but we lost out on Lee Wick. Oh, that kills me. That's so unfortunate. Okay, we'll put Henderson there. We'll put Nix there. Pope locked us out. Oh, because we got down to the final one. Okay. And then Heller. And Fangupo. So that's going to be quarterback we look at. Or no, running back now. We kind of pivot to. Looks like the rest of them are in a pretty good spot. Rushers definitely coming here. Hawker's definitely coming here. Defensive tackle? No. Okay. Zelenka. We gotta bring him in. Brand exposure, yes. Coach prestige, no. Playing style, no. Playing time, yes. Pro potential, proximity, and program tradition. It's prime time player. That's the one it is. He has a week 3 visit. There's no way we bring him in though. That one's done. Pitts we should be able to bring in. And then Swain, it looks like we should be able to bring in. So no big deal there. Pro potential playing time. Probably clocked in. You know what? There's really no reason to get this wrong. I don't know why I'm even putting those points. It's one more period. I just have to sit on it. Okay, so we have 3 targets available. I think wide receiver wouldn't be bad here. At this point, I want to look at any open player, any open running back, east-west playmaker, 3-star and above. And that's one option. Randy Coxie from Memphis. He's got us number 1. He's had us number 1. He still has us number 1. He's been holding out hope this call would come, and lo and behold it came, and lo and behold it went. 85 speed. That means we are out on all the east-west playmakers in the portal. What about the backfield threats? I guess Ross Stubbs. That's the best we got. Otherwise, there's an elusive bruiser, Stephen Terry from Arkansas. I mean, maybe. Focus. Elusive bruiser is not really my thing unless they're fast. I doubt they will be. That's fairly fast. Change of directions higher, jukes higher, spins higher. Not good at catching, but okay. I think we go towards Stephen Terry here. Pivot towards him. Give him a scholarship, try to bring him in. We should be the only ones that offer, so that should be good. Okay, at this point, what about wide receivers? Any speedster wide receivers? No. I'll even look at 2 stars here. Not that I think that'll matter. No. I think we missed out. I've missed out on every speedster I've tried to get in the portal since like season 1. I've missed out on every single one. I'm also open to like an elusive route runner if they're fast enough. It's not quite the same, but it can kind of fill that role that I'm looking for. Adonis Aguda. Playing time. Too slow. Fimi Alafuhohe. Too slow. Alright, that's it. We're not getting that this year. Who else did I lose out on? Corner. I would not mind a bump and run player. .84 speed's too slow. .90 speed, 90 excel, doesn't have good ratings, but, you know, he's got 2 years left. That's not bad. Got pro potential as a deal breaker. I'm also open to a field corner to play the slot. There's only one left of that. Too slow. This is saying we could use another lineman, tight end maybe, so it just finally cleared the board on our players. Tight end, we only have 3 of 4, so wouldn't hurt to bring in another pure blocker. I think that's the final one I'll look for. Pure blocker, tight end, 3-star, open. Sydney Hops. Decent strength. We're looking at way too slow though. 73 run blocking, 79 strength. Let's look at Muti now. Strength's higher. Yeah, Muti's fine. I mean, just to have another piece. I think this is the best available. So we try to mitigate the mistakes we made. Who is open for a visit? Jose, they can't even catch up to, I don't think. That leaves Hawker and Swain. All right, I think we're gonna bring in everybody we can bring in here. I don't think there's anything we can do differently. Hawker. Thrasher. Thrasher is such a cool offensive lineman name. Gregory Provo, the Mike linebacker. Quincy Urban. So we did get Tosse we're looking at or whatever. Nate Sprinkle. Nick Moe. Okay. I don't know that we brought in that Mike linebacker. Boise might have gotten him. Carlos Pitts. Oh no, there he is. Brian Jose. Stephen Terry. Bobby Missouri. And Steve Muti. We missed out on somebody. We missed out on Zelenka. Wow. That hurts. I'm glad I brought in who I brought in because Zelenka... Yeah. Zelenka did not commit. And he was star. Yeah, that one hurts. That one hurts a lot. First of all, welcome Gregory Provo, Impact Thumper. That's not phenomenal. Quincy Urban, Impact 4-star gadget. Najee Sprinkle, Impact. Nick Moe, normal. Brian Jose, normal. Ofisa Okung, Impact. Theo Spear, normal. So nothing crazy there. Who's the first one we bringing down here? Hawker, right? Jimmy Hawker, Impact. Maxwell Thrasher, Impact. Okay. Carlos Pitts, Elite. Love it. Peter Swain, Star. Stephen Terry, Star. That's pretty good. Bobby Missouri, normal. Okay. Steve Muti, normal. Okay. Star QB, Jared Heller with dual threat. Elite right tackle, Rayshawn Nix. Impact free safety, Brian Henderson. Okay. Normal QB, Kyle Cheeks. And normal edge, Kenyon Teamer. That's awesome. And that means we finish with the 8th best class. 22 4-stars. 8th best though. And it's because we didn't land any of those 5 stars. I found it hard to recruit in this game at the top. It's not too hard to beat out 90 of the teams in this game. It's the top 10 that's really tough to actually beat out. And I want to see... first of all, where'd that other quarterback go? Malik Brown went to Clemson, so he didn't even go back to Georgia. That's pretty big. Tyrone Dennis, remember him? He's going nowhere. He did not sign anywhere. Okay. Fanau Lu goes to Texas Tech. And Miles Ahinicho goes to Oregon. Okay, let me make note of that. Okay, Trey Perez did not... where did Trey Perez go? Trey Perez didn't sign anywhere. I love it. I love that. That's so cool. We got better, but that's okay. Ladarius Wells, the guard. I wanted to see where he'd go. Where is he? There he is. He signed with the Hurricanes. Okay. Robert Mbu, the linebacker. He's going to state, so we'll see him. probably. And then Landry Wells, cornerback. Where did our good friend Landry Wells go? Nowhere. So he may come back. There is a chance Landry Wells returns to the team, I guess, is how that works. All right. Now we're at that position changes area. First of all, cornerback. We bring in 85 overall Jared Heller. He's going to be your starter next season. Unfortunately for Chester Willies, Newson probably not going to play, obviously, too much. And then Steven Terry, we bring him in, thankfully, because I think he'll give us that speed element we don't really have elsewhere, with Louis Samuel as well. It's going to be an interesting year for us, wide receiving, or running back. And then wide receiver, we didn't bring in anybody. But that's okay, because we have a lot of speed still on this roster, kinda. And then at tight end, we're probably going to be relying on some of our star players here, Manu Lowe and Brendan Akers. At tackle, Al Haddad. So first of all, Carlos Pitts comes in. And what would happen if I changed him to tackle? Pure power, 90 overall. Okay, we can move him to defensive tackle, no problem. So we're gonna do that. Carlos Pitts to defensive tackle, from what I can tell. So that gives us a really good group of defensive tackles, where I think you'll see Pitts be obviously our #1 guy, probably in his final year, and then we'll get to see probably some combination of Ejiofor, Shudok, Westbrooks, and E.A. Buniwe. Change him to left edge. I like my left edges being my speedsters. Glenn Cole is someone we could consider moving to tackle. I don't think we really need to. He would turn into a pure power defensive tackle, which I'm not that worried about it. Sam. Peter Swain comes in. He would turn into a signal caller. I want him to stay lurker, so I'm going to leave him there. Tremaine Suggs, thumper. He would also turn into signal caller. I kind of want to keep Tremaine Suggs as a thumper. And then Bryce Ford would turn into a signal caller. Ian Slaughter would turn into a lurker. Do we want to turn him into a lurker? I'm not sure. Currently, we don't have a lot of lurkers. And then at corner, we're going to have Cole Punga, Morgan Ellington, Jamil Mangold, David Ojeda comes back. DeAndre Uzama in his senior season. Dion Hilleman. Ezekiel Kukwa, and Bobby Missouri now, who will be redshirted. Lots of hybrids at strong safety. Lots of coverage specialist at free safety. We've got Sakai Dykes, pure possession guy with 83 speed, so tight end for sure. We could also play him at Mike to play thumper. Not going to do that though. I don't want a box specialist either, so we're going to move him to tight end. We've got an athlete thumper here who would turn into a really solid speed rusher. Or we could have him play signal caller, not lurkers. I don't know about that one. Could have him play corner as well. Champ contender, so we can move him wherever we want. Same with Levi Hochstein. Athlete power rusher. I don't know why it changes between right edge and left edge on power rushing, but I'm going to move him to left edge. I want a really stud power rusher. I think it would be interesting to make him into a linebacker. All right, and that leaves this thumper. Impact dev thumper. We could make him into a rusher, but I think more than that, what I'd like to do, probably keep him at thumper, honestly. Coverage specialist? With his box skills? Huh. That's not a bad idea, actually. I kind of think we move him to coverage specialist. We bring in Baraka Strong, who would not be a lurker anywhere. That's unfortunate. Tyler Cormier turns into a lurker at Mike. So what if we did this? Send him to Mike. Send him back to Will. And now he's magically a lurker. I think that's pretty good. If we wanted to run a 4-3, I think we'd have the personnel to do it. Now it's right tackle. We've got Timote Vu, Maxwell Thrasher. At right tackle, he could also play left tackle. Could also play guard. And he'd be agile no matter what. He has impact. He also has decent strength. Rayshawn Nix has elite dev. Nix moving to left tackle would still be agile. And then Thrasher moving to left guard. Still agile. That leaves several well-rounded players. Najee Sprinkle, agile. Sprinkle's got the speed that he could play tackle. He could play tight end if we really wanted to. And considering we've got players in front of him, and I mean, that's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Kind of a swing guard here in James Pratt. We do also have Richard Clements, elite dev, and Parker Singletary. Jimmy Hawker, raw strength. Raw strength, well-rounded. It'd be interesting to move somebody to tight end to play huge tight end pure blocker guy. But we don't really need it, is the thing. It's just kind of an interesting idea. Okay. Left tackle, agile, pass protector. I don't mind pass protector outside. James Pratt, is there anything we can do to him? He can become raw strength. That would be interesting. Or he can become well-rounded. That also would be interesting. I think that'd be more useful for us. We can make him well-rounded and then move him back. I like that idea. Can also make a new East-West playmaker. That's an option. Impact Dev. No. I think I'm good with that. I think I'm good with everything here. I think we're ready to roll. I'm gonna save first. This team should be better at everything other than running the ball this year. I think that's the one area we're gonna take a fairly big step back potentially. Training results. Here we go. We'll start with Alexander Newsom. Why not? And there's really not much left to do on him other than give him some elusiveness, some quickness maybe. He needs one more point of quickness. Now he's got gold shifty. He's the perfect option quarterback, and that's all he's really good for. Jared Heller's star dual threat quarterback. He's a junior. He's got 48 points, and he's got a lot of growth to do here. First things first, IQ's got to go up. The quickness, I'm not worried about. The accuracies also have to be better. Yeah, I don't mind that. We can darn near max out his accuracy. I guess we can. And then it's just IQ, I guess. He's not an incredible quarterback. He's decent. This is the only one I want. This one I can't get. This one I can't get. So I guess we'll get that up, and then we'll get another point in IQ. He's a really good rated quarterback. I don't think he's quite what I would want in the future. I don't think I'd go dual threat again. And then Chester Willies also has a significant amount of points available. I think there's a world in which we redshirt him this year. I think that's kind of the plan right now. We redshirt Chester Willies. And then Joey Norris, the senior. Not a lot to do here, but we'll get his accuracy up. What is he? He's a backfield creator. Solid player. All right, Stephen Terry. I hope he's got good caps. Elusive bruiser. And that quickness can go up. We can get shifty as well. takes out almost all of his abilities, though. So if we do it again, that's pretty much it. Now we need 8 points. We can get that. We're not going to have a platinum shifty guy, but I think that's pretty solid. That's a good player still. Mamani Alaka. This guy, I might cut this year. It's just, what do you do with Alaka? Hands, power, IQ. Sure, why not? This is the best bad running back I've ever seen in my life. Louis Samuel has 53 points. Okay. Let's get that route running up a little bit. We can cap out his quickness. At least now we don't have to worry about it. That's unfortunate that it's that low, but I think we can try to get his power up, maybe? Trucking, break tackle, right? No, not break tackle. That's elusiveness. Let's see. Trucking, break tackles at max speeds, 84. That's, okay. Toughness. I'd really like toughness. Is that health? IQ? No, that's power. Let's do one there. Definitely give him that. Toughness and awareness for battering ram. I'm gonna do one more. He's not gonna take the big jump in year 2 necessarily, but we're gonna give him really good workhorse. He's a freshman. There's no reason he doesn't stay. Get that route running up again. Wouldn't mind that. But we'll leave that where it is. Go ahead and cap out Frazier's speed. And then we'll work on his elusiveness. Just give him a different skill set is the idea here. And Dale Stewart's even got a lot of points, so we'll just keep working on his quickness as well. This guy could be a really good player in year 3, probably. All right, Kevin Leo, I'm excited about this one, but I don't think his blocking ratings were very high. They're not. Alright, that's fine. It's his freshman year. Dalton Weil. The senior. With 41 points. We can make him faster. We can't give him better hands. Definitely want to give him better cutting, though. Okay. We can't give him any on these better. We can give him break tackle. Not a terrible idea. Could also give him speed, though. That'd eat up 14 points, and then we could use the rest on route running. I'm kind of for that. 95 speed. Get that route running up now. Yeah, that's a really good player right there. That's a mismatch. Schneider, on the other hand, I want him to be physical. I really like his power to be higher. We can just get his abilities up. That's not a bad idea. Cameron, how many points does he have? 85. 85 points for Slade Cameron. They are all going into speed. He's already got that route running ability. Now this might be greedy. I don't care. Year 2, we can worry about elusiveness, because we should be able to have him for a while. 84 speed. This makes it where he's a maintainable player to keep. That's the thing we're worried about here. Still bumped up his overall too. That's incredible. Ed Bacchus, the senior. We can get his hands up. Give him platinum standard catching. Get his hands up one. Give him improved jump ball ability. There you go. Keenan Major. Another physical route runner. This guy's a sophomore. Just not a lot to do with him. Caleb Vincent, contested specialist. We didn't get any bump ups in ability and talent. That's kind of frustrating. Contested specialist. He's got really good speed already. We can get those hands up. Obviously, that's kind of the number one thing I'm looking for here is hands. This is a playing style sophomore. We'll cap out his hands. Break tackle, trucking. I mean, that's just not going to happen. Break tackle. How about that? That's a pretty good player too. Chauncey Tam, speedster. We're not really relying on a guy like this yet, so I think we go speed. Kesey. This one's exciting. He's got 41 points. And how close is he to Platinum Shifty? He needs 2 more acceleration. There it is. Platinum Shifty. He needs 93 juke. Still needs another juke point. Can Devin Kesey play running back for us? I think so. I think he is our east-west playmaker we don't have this year. Jordan Cobbs, gadget player. Another one of these types of players that we just... who knows what we're going to do with them. Give him some elusiveness, give him some speed. And D'Angelo Tryon, the redshirt now freshman, gritty possession guy. I don't know what the heck you do with this, because he's all about blocking, which is just goofy. And his blocking is largely in his power. I guess you go hands. Tight end Kevin Ty, pure blocker. You already know. That's going into blocking. We'll get outside shield up to gold. Okay. We have Steve Muti, power blocker, pure blocker. Look at their ratings boost. It's just, it's so inflated on tight end. Oscar Thomas, pure possession. Impact freshman. Well, you got to be able to block in this offense, so we're going to get his blocking up. He's pure possession, so I'm not too worried about the other stuff. We can get it later. I want a guy like this to be able to come in day one and go to work on the blocking side of things. All right. And Tim Boss, another pure blocker. I do love my pure blockers in this series. Got 36 points. It's an 86 overall now. Left tackle Rayshawn Nix, elite dev. Has 72 points to spend. Get that run blocking up. Quick step, yep. Get that maxed out. Get that up. Get the option blocking up. And then keep going for that run blocking. Probably footwork would be good, but I'm not really too worried about that. Let's get the run blocking up again. And then the awareness, and then the pass blocking. Al Haddad. Get that run blocking up. Okay, I mean, he's not going to start this year, so that's not bad. And then Caleb Trufant, senior pass blocker. Get the run blocking up all the way. And we'll just go IQ. James Pratt, star. We've been new about him. Never really has been the guy. Get his run blocking up some. Improve double teams on outside runs. Now he actually can. Now he can actually be the guy. That's the big difference here. Get his power up one. And then we could go IQ or we could go footwork. I think we go footwork here. Now that's a solid player, well-rounded. He actually can block in the run game a little bit better. Of course, Maxwell Thrusher still could end up being the guy as well. It's hard to say. We can get improved auction blocking. I'm not too concerned with that. Let's get his run blocking game up one. Then we can get this. And this. And then that. Power's maxed out. Get the run blocking up again. Okay. Singletary, raw strength. Oh, it's getting hot. I gotta get this thing wrapped up here. Starting to melt a little bit. Singletary could be really good as well. Let's go ahead and get him abilities. Now we can get his pass rush, his run stop, his run blocking up. What am I trying to say here? Right. Center. Hawker. Jimmy Hawker. Impact center. Okay. And DeMarco Grigsby. Raw strength. John Okuda comes back. Really excited for this one. At this point, probably power would be what I'd go for him. We get his option blocking up though. Seven points. We'll save that one. Kingsbury. I'd like to turn this guy into raw strength, so we're going to put up his power. Hi Tiffin, freshman, red shirt, well-rounded. Same thing here. Power goes up, run blocking goes up. And Timote Boo. Pretty excited for him as well. Get that option blocking up maybe. We should probably run a lot of option this year. Alright, that's a really good player. Now for the defense, this is where things can get really fun. Markel Vincent still stuck at impact. I think he just kind of got screwed over, unfortunately, in his career. A little bit. We can get his finesse moves up all the way. And then maybe IQ, maybe run stopping. In his final year, I think we just go IQ. I feel like IQ is going to be the biggest way to notice him take a big step. That leaves us 2 points. Never going to be the guy I thought he could be, unfortunately. Alex Trevino. We can get platinum on his pocket disruptor. That's really nice. Run stopping's already maxed. And then Trent Godwin. Elite Dev, 75 points to spend. Quick jump up 1. Guess what we're doing again? Quick jump up 2. Pocket disruptor. Yeah, you better believe it. That's a really, really good player right there. 84 overall. Playing style, I mean, that's going to be hard to maintain. I think we maybe sit on that, or maybe we go run stopping. We'll sit on it for now. Quick jump and gold pocket disruptor. That's going to be incredible. On the other end, we've got Joey Abbott. And I just want, on the other end, a guy that can run stop. I'm pretty tired of having to deal with that. Okay. Bling Cole, normal dev. Kind of same story goes here with him. If any backup comes in, I want them to be able to stop the run. Alejandro Mond should be red-shirted. He is star player, 56 points. And he is a power rusher. So let's just put some points into his power. And then Greg Dar. Also power rusher. Carlos Pitts. Elite Dev, junior player here. Big time player. Pocket disruptor has to be picked out here. We gotta get it. Protection from wear and tear. No, I think we got to go run stopping. Four points. That would leave pass rushing, maybe. We could do IQ. Okay. He did also gain 3 pounds. He's still going to be light. Pat Acker, gap specialist. Marco Snow, power rusher. He's basically capped out. Kiki Ejiofor, pure power sophomore. I'll go ahead and max out his power, honestly. Shadok. This one's really interesting. The rest would be really nice. I actually kind of want to bump up his power moves as well. Like, this isn't going to increase his overall by any stretch. This is the type of player he's redshirted. Impact. We could try to get him up there. Cam Westbrook's pure power. Again, I kind of want another just pure run stopper. We can't even get him very high in that regard. And then EA Booniway. Star Dev, proximity to home. And he is pure power rusher. Let's get that power up then. It's a redshirt sophomore. Alright, we're getting there. Nearly done. This is crazy. It's always so long. This is Tremaine Suggs, who could probably use some speed. He's got okay pass coverage. He's a pretty solid run stopper. Decent IQ. Okay. Ford Thumper. Wouldn't mind just having a run stopping guy. Let's put all our points into that. And then Swain is a lurker. Star Dev lurker. And he's a redshirt sophomore. With pro potential. We're going to try to just get his speed up. That's kind of your project player. He probably doesn't play much in year one. Slaughter is this Mike linebacker. Get his run stopping up. Okay. Okay player. Austin Hunt. Lurker? Okay. Cormier is a lurker as well. He is an 80 overall. We can get him to have zone chucking. I don't hate that. Decent third down linebacker. Glenn Rochelle, another lurker. Normal dev. Oof. All right, Cole Punga, senior season. He stayed with us his whole career. We've loved having him. We can get that speed up, but otherwise it's really just hands at this point, and then definitely want this up. $15 points for speed. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get a speed up one. I don't think there's a lot of reason. I still want to have him play outside, I think, this year. So acceleration wouldn't be bad. 23 points, but I think really we just put more points into catching. No, I'm going to do one. Yeah. That leaves him 3 points. I'll put the last one in the hands as well. This guy can get turnovers. He's the fastest player on the team. Morgan Ellington, star. He's as fast as he'll ever be. Zone says knockout needs 86 man. Okay. House call needs one more catching, so I wouldn't mind grabbing that. Ball hawk needs awareness. And then zone. Let's do that. And then that. And you know what? That. And then that. Awareness. I don't necessarily want the zone chucks one. I guess it wouldn't be bad to have 1 point into it. 3 points. We could run press. We could run press. $90 overall. Okay. And then Jamil Mangold, who's got 79 points available, the junior. He's also max speed. I want to be able to use him in the pass rush game this year. I want to be able to do something like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. That shouldn't matter too much. Get his hands up again. I don't think we can get him to be quite where I want him to be. Wrap up is another 9 points, and then man coverage is another 6, so that's pretty far off. Get it up again, but I just don't see it happening. Yo, took my stream time. Oh, you're gonna stream, huh? Okay. I dig it. I like it. I am nearly complete here, so I don't know how to, I don't think I can raid you on YouTube. When's the Minecraft stream? Well, maybe tonight. We'll see. If we actually end up playing some of it tonight, then yeah. Alright, and then Uzama. Let's just go ahead and max out his interception ability. I guess we'll get man coverage up, because he's pretty limited. Alright, and he's pretty much a capped out player. I'm on for the next 48 hours. Okay, I'll hold you to that. I better be watching a 48-hour continuous stream in that case. Hillman is boundary as well. He's a redshirt junior. Get his man coverage up. Tap it. That's pretty bad. Nearly completed here. David Ojeda. Let's get his hands up a little bit. Now the coverages are really bad for Ojeda. Let's just get that quickness up. Hookwa. Oh my gosh, this is brutal. Impact dev, bump and run. Get the man coverage up. The speed up, yeah. Man, what does he want? He wants champ contender. He is a junior. The new guy, Missouri. Ooh. What is he? Pro potential? Oh. Well, goodbye. Alright, Alani Kalawaya. Here we go. Impact, playing time, coverage specialist. And I think for him at this point, it's all about getting him catching and movement and zone. It is catching up to house call. There we go. Just having that alone is really helpful. Man coverage now, we can get that up some. Robber, that's really good. That's actually really good. And then we'll hold and try to get this final point into robber. Henderson. Impact dev, 4-star corner. Get that zone up. Get that house call up. Love me some house call. Platinum. Get that man coverage up. And then Ogbanya. Another coverage specialist. I don't expect you to play, so we're going to do that right there. Quickness. Get his hands up tremendously. Boygby. I'm just gonna try to speed this up a ton. I'm ready for this thing to be over. This always takes so long. Those coverages up. No, Bonta's not terrible. Tercero, coverage specialist again. Gotta get that quickness up. We're in the SEC now, brother. And Rafi Raymond. Oh, 2 more players. We're almost done. Kevin Avila. Kicker. And we're actually gonna, he's a freshman redshirt, and we're gonna cap him out here. Power up. Give him easier accuracy. He's never going to be able to get platinum on the easy. And then we can go with accuracy boosts here. So this is as good of a kicker as he'll be forever. For 4 years, he'll be an 81 overall. That's a bit underwhelming. Dylan Agnew. Kind of in a similar boat. Let's get that accuracy up. Okay, that's it. That's all our players progressed. Go to the next stage. Encourage transfers. I gotta cut some players. How many do I have to cut? 14. Oh, mama. We could cut Alexander Newsom. Probably not gonna do that. We're gonna cut Lamani Alaka. I know he's our highest rated player, but we're gonna encourage him to go somewhere else and find success in the future. Wouldn't be a bad idea to cut Ed Bacchus either. I don't really see him having a future, but we'll hold on to him. I don't want to cut any of my tight ends. Trufant, we're going to cut him. Probably the same thing with Aguilera here. Kingsbury's already pretty much at his cap anyway, so we're going to cut him. Trevino's got good stuff. Like, he's got platinum pocket disruptor. I don't want to go ahead and move on from him. Glenn Cole, meanwhile, doesn't really have anything. At defensive tackle, I think Cam Westbrooks could be an arguable cut contender here. I mean, he's got 99 power moves, but no. Probably DeMarco Snow, though. I just don't see any path to him playing. We're going to cut him. There's no path to Bryce Ford playing. Probably not a path forward for Glenn Rochelle. Same thing here for like Dion Hilleman. Ojeda's ahead of him. Cook was ahead of him. Tercero, I know he's from Mobile, but I'd probably cut him. Ronnie Raymond, I'd probably keep him. Isaiah Bonta, I'd probably keep him as well. I still have to make 5 more cuts. I think we're going to have to cut a wide receiver here. It's not going to be Chauncey Tam or Devin Kesey or Jordan Cobbs, although he's normal. The new gadget we have is Impact. Ed Bacchus doesn't really provide a different role. Dalton Weil, I mean, what does Bacchus have? He has sure hands and 50-50. Weil also has, he does not have sure hands. So that makes Bacchus a little different. That does actually make him an interesting player. Tim Boss has Impact, so does he. I wish I didn't have Muti. DeMarco Grigsby? With Josh DeBeer behind him, maybe? I hate to do that, but I don't have a lot of options here. I think I've got to move on from Grigsby. Still might not be a bad idea to move on from Trevino. We've got 2 players behind him. Trevino is Impact, but Greg Darr, playing style, power rusher. I think you move on from Greg Darr. I think we just got to make tough choices here. Defensive tackle. We could cut one of these guys. It's probably Pat Acker. Because what does he provide that... I mean, he provides block shedding. Westbrooks doesn't provide anything that we don't have elsewhere. Hunt probably goes. That's one more. Glenn Rochelle. No, he's fast. We got to keep Glenn Rochelle. I don't want to give up Kukwa. Bonta, maybe? Bonta's probably a good candidate here. Yeah, he's pretty much capped. We're going to cut Bonta. Oof. I'm sure you can tell I'm sweating buckets. And then custom conferences, and then we can sim. Is there anybody that we think, like, how's Troy doing? I think we stick with what we had, right? Conference rules. We can't go to 8. We can't go to 9. I think it'd be fun to go to 9, though. Anybody I want to move out of the SEC? Who's bad? Missouri? I think I moved Missouri out to the Big 12. There's worse teams, but now I can go to 9 games. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Not Missouri. Yeah, Missouri is done. Missouri's gone. We're over Missouri. Alright, and I'm going to sim. This will just give us an idea of where we're going to be next season, and then we're done. It's at 2.5 hours. I am melting alive in this room. I've got to get some air. I'm dying. We're losing everything. Number 1! Who's shocked? Number 1 projection. Can we actually win, though? 95 overall, 96 offense, 94 defense. Clemson's a 99 still, though. 99s across the board. Alabama's rated higher. Miami's lost the Chiefs. Could we beat the Chiefs, maybe? I need to load up a Madden game and see if our team could beat the Chiefs. Lost the Rams. The Rams? You talking about the Rams from 10 years ago? The Rams that have been in Los Angeles supposedly for so long? Do we not have anybody? We have Carlos Pitts, defensive tackle. And our punter. Our punter made the first team. It's been a long decline. So now Lou. Oh, this is going to be one I regret passing on. We didn't recruit him. I mean, I've seen better players, but Fanal Lou is a good player in his own right. Wow. None of our corners made it? Okuda. Heller. Oh, no, they don't know that I'm controlling the quarterback, though. Abbott's not even going to start. Cole Punga. Rayshawn Nix. Jameel Mangold. All right. Well, that is where we end, I think. I do want to check real quick on Troy as well. So Auburn is an 89 overall. Alabama's a 97. And then in the Sun Belt, Troy is a 67. So they'll be contending. And then in the American, UAB, a 67. Okay. That's where I gotta call it. Thanks everyone for stopping by. It was a crazy little transfer portal bit there, but overall not too much change. I think we're just gonna be a lot better next season, and I've got to do better in playing. So we've got at least, I want to go at least 8 seasons of this series. We're now entering season 6. I want to win a championship. Those are my 2 goals before I close out the season. Championship first, then 8 seasons. Like, I have to win a championship. 8 seasons is a little more negotiable, but it's time to get good. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's time to get good. All right. I will see you all probably, hopefully Thursday with the video, with the recap. So, peace. And Minecraft. We might play Minecraft later. So, Minecraft stream later on my Twitch. Check it out. Twitch.tv/MrFuzzihead. Also, check out Twitch.tv/Eggy22. And YouTube's Mr. Eggy22. It sounds like he may be doing some streaming. We'll see. But we'll pop in if he is.